Hello everybody, and welcome to our first episode of Empire Building with your host, MasterViniMC. My name is Master Vinny, and this is our first episode entitled Wither Island, wherein we work on, go figure, my Wither Island. So, without further ado, let's hop into things right over here. We'll hop out of third person mode, and hop in a boat. So this here is my island. It's my personal map. I don't plan a server, and I have played on this map for just about a year, so I've got most of the basics down, or what I would expect anybody who's played on a map for a year to have, namely basic food farms, animal farms, reed farms, farms of all sorts and kinds, Enderman farms, stuff like that. Kind of the resources to start on some of the bigger builds. So that's what this series is going to be focusing on, is the bigger builds. And this episode right here, this is our goal, to finish terraforming this corner of my island into our Wither Island. It's going to be, or rather already is, the location of my nether portal, and will be therefore nether themed. So let's kind of take a look at what work I've already done to get the theme going. Go away, spider. Nobody likes you. Yeah, you're interrupting. Very rude of you. You had to pay the price. So this is the tower that holds my nether portal, and this is the impromptu, or artificial maybe is the better word, nether biome that I've created here, to kind of give the impression that maybe after having been around for a year, the nether biome is slowly leaking out of the portal. In case anybody's wondering why it is that I've moved the nether portal so far away from my base, and why that is fairly impractical for me to have it over on this corner of the island instead of just in the basement of my home next to my storage. Well, see, I can't stand the sound that nether portals make, so it was my decision very early on in this build to put this nether portal literally as far out in the corner as I could. So when I first started laying out where I wanted things in the island to go, you can bet this nether portal was fairly early on in the project for that reason. And you know what? I've never been happier. Ever since I have my ender farm set up, I have basically been able to get it down to like 3 or 4 ender pearl throws to get from my house out here pretty quickly. So, and I also have a tunnel with a rail track that only takes a second. So it's kind of a compromise, you know what I mean? You've got to compromise the utility of the location versus the aesthetics, and certainly the aesthetics, in this case at least, facilitate some creative environment building. If this nether portal was positioned in my basement, or positioned, I feel like that sounds a little loud. Let me go ahead and turn that down. If this nether portal was positioned like some other people have theirs for convenience, then we really wouldn't be able to be as creative with it as we are in this case. So my goal, or kind of what I have envisioned, is to extend this nether rack, and you know how it is, if you spent any great amount of time, or even any small amount of time in the nether, you've probably accumulated a chest or two someplace with just mounds of otherwise useless netherrack in it. So I intend to use up some of my netherrack here in the process of roughly taking the top layer of dirt of this little island now, and converting it into this sort of hellish feeling or nethery feeling. Another thing I intend to do is put up maybe between like 9 and 10 of these nether trees, as I call them. The way I got these was actually pretty cool. I grew these spruce saplings, and the reason why I did that instead of just kind of pillaring up with spruce saplings is because I kind of wanted to get a little bit of randomization, or more appropriate tree height, I guess. I figure this way I know that they're the height that a game would roughly generate a tree, and I did want them to give the impression of being a tree. And once the trunk had grown to the appropriate height, I went through and I kind of I de-leafed them, obviously, and then I replaced the branches with obsidian blocks, and I have tried to, in all the places that I can place nether brick fences without having the fences join up to look like a string of fences, I've placed those nether brick fences to kind of fill in the space to give the impression of maybe a very withered kind of tree branch sort of effect, and I feel like the final effect of it's pretty good. Obviously torches kind of clash with a project like this as well, so I've foregone torches over here, and I've replaced them with just kind of randomized little blocks of netherrack itself that has been lit on fire. So I think I'm gonna maybe do a little bit of a cutaway of the boring work and continue to bring out this netherrack out farther to the coast here, and we will see how that looks. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the basic shape of the island without removing too much of the original landscaping features. I feel as though it's kind of counterproductive just to strip off a top layer of dirt and replace it with netherrack. It's kind of tedious, but on the other hand, I'll be doing it where I can't get the contour lines to work out the way I want them to. So we're gonna skip ahead and take a peek at what this looks like in a few minutes, guys. So I'll see you then. Hey guys, I just got back from checking the time, and it turns out we do get a couple more minutes here. Just in case anybody's wondering, I'm looking to keep the time of each episode roughly about the same length, and comfortably, at least for now, I'm going to say between like 25 to 30 minutes ish long, just to kind of keep things standardized for me, just with planning, get an idea of how long it takes me to put one together, so that I can schedule it in with everything else that I got going on. Yeah, so that's kind of the goal for right now. But we're gonna press on, even though it's raining, I suppose, and we're gonna work on what we want this walkway to look like. I brought over some cobblestone because we're definitely gonna be working with that quite a bit. I want to get the netherrack as well, and I want to show you guys my some stuff we don't need. I want to show you guys my idea. In keeping with, actually I might need that. In keeping with the spirit of a rundown, sort of violent, hellish landscape, which we're definitely starting to achieve that sort of atmospheric effect, and I'd be very happy with it actually if it wasn't raining right now, but that can't really be helped. In order to kind of achieve that, I want to go for a not so polished look with the walkway. And what I mean by that is I kind of want it to look maybe broken or defunct. I can't imagine you would get a lot of taxpayer money to repair roadways that lead into, you know, well, hell, or the nether, or at least any place with, you know, fire and brimstone and lava. They're just, you know, unless it's Hawaii, then, you know, it's not really very vacation, you know, is it? I don't think you can really sell it as a tourist attraction. By the way, high five to whoever, you know, whoever turned, you know, a live volcano into a tourist attraction. Bring the whole family, you know, barbecue that one uncle you don't really like. Nobody will ever know. It's one heck of a marketing plan, let me tell you. So, if you can imagine, walking over the bridge for the first time, this whole island bit here is going to be primarily netherrack. So in order to kind of distinguish where you're walking, I'm thinking that it might be interesting to kind of pattern the walkway with cobblestone. So it looks like, so the end effect would be that you could kind of tell that, you know, this used to be a cobblestone road of some sort, and it has since fallen into neglect. Actually, and while I'm at it, you can't make half slabs out of netherrack, but we can make half slabs out of cobblestone. So what I want to do is I want to use that to our advantage here. I'll pick up this little crafting table I had before. What I want to do is use that to our advantage, and I want to prevent us from having to hop up and, oh, I left it there. Okay, avoid that. Yoink. There we go. And back the way we came. Nope. No. 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 Thank you. Don't get me stuck in there. So let's go ahead and make a few of these. It's actually, we'll probably use a decent amount. And if we don't use them here, then I will use them in other places. They get used up. So no worry. No biggie. So I can maybe kind of work these in here. The only trouble with that's going to be that if every time it's like an incline, you know what I mean? Every time we go up a block, you know, and we're gonna go up a block here, and then we're gonna go down probably. I think it maybe we have 1, 2 blocks we go up here, and then it's pretty much clear sailing from here to there. So maybe that's not so bad. But we still might change this terrain a little. I mean, there's nothing to say that it's going to stay quite as flat as it is now. I want to avoid a situation where it looks too perfect. You know, we're going for the sense of neglect. So maybe something like that. You know what I mean? So that it doesn't look necessarily very good, but we can kind of, you know, we can hop up it anyways. So let's go ahead and continue this down a little bit. Get kind of more of an idea of what we might got going on here. Where the final product might be. I've ended up with a lot more dirt than I really wanted to. I've got a few double chests of dirt just kind of floating around from different projects, and it's one of those things that you never need it until you need it, and then when you do need it, you need mountains, almost literally mountains of it, whether it be for scaffolding or farming or I forget where it was kind of over that way a little bit. I had decided that I didn't like how pointy one of the corners of the island was, so I literally spent like 2 double chests going out in the ocean, you know, and I didn't just want to kind of build in the top layer of the water because I'd get an underhang, and if I ever fell off the edge, you kind of get a current down there and it'll suck your player underneath, and I kind of wanted to avoid just, you know, messing up the water current. So of course I had to basically pillar up from the bottom up with the dirt, so I ended up using the dirt as a lot of fill. It was really also only in hindsight that I thought to myself, you know, hey, maybe gravel or sand would be a good choice for this, because you can just let the gravel and sand drop in to the ocean. So hindsight's a wonderful thing. Just saying. Just saying. You know. Another thing we could do with the half slabs here is that, you know, kind of just make it a little bit more uneven, kind of pockmarked sort of feel to it, maybe like over here. These little divots in the road. I don't know how that's going to look overall, but, you know, hey, we'll give it a shot. Like I said, it's something I'll probably go ahead and extend the walkway all the way up and around the corner as it is, as this idea kind of is, and we'll see where we go from there. And see if it's something we want to continue with. I'm kind of okay in most cases with building something that might need to later be torn down. It's hard sometimes to get a sense of. Clearly, I just have too many things. I mean, I want to make some cobblestone stairs, so we're gonna hop over here. But sometimes it's hard to get a sense of what the finished product's gonna look like, and in most cases, if I can afford to resource-wise, I really try to actually, I'm gonna take 1 stack of those with me. Yeah, that'll work. In most cases, I try to go ahead and build it, like right here in my map. The reasoning behind this is because then I don't have to like translate the idea from someplace else. Only very rarely do I kind of break down and open up a creative world and you know, try and design it there and then implement it here. You know, and what you would really have to do to get everything in scale with each other and to get everything to fit is to basically copy like the level data or like copy the map data from this into a creative file, or because this is a single player, use the controls to open this up into a multiplayer server and pop on creative. And I mean, again, this is, you know, I don't do creative here. That's not what this is for. So I've only ever really been in creative on this map for the purpose of doing like flyovers and taking screenshots and some cool stuff like that. Besides that, this is all done vanilla, you know, and I, you know, take pride in that. So, but I think that going ahead and building this, even if we're going to change it later, is going to be the right thing. So let's kind of continue this pattern. Let's keep it about as wide as the bridge too. So maybe, what do we got here? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's about 5. So I'm fiddling with how far I want to extend it over here, but I feel like that's a pretty good width. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 3, 4, and then over here it kind of goes over to 5. So like maybe here, wanna pop in maybe like that. How does that look? It's certainly interesting. And do like a whole little section of it here. Like 1, 2, 3, another brick. That's definitely got a look to it. It's so weird. I never really... Oh, like... It's so interesting trying to be creative with these blocks, to be honest, just because, quite frankly, like, I never use them in any other occasion. Like, I'm almost trying to make, you know, I'm trying to make something look ugly or depressing here. So there's a whole kind of reverse psychology going on, you know what I mean? Like, I'm loving it because it looks so bad, and the reason why it looks so bad is because I'm trying to, you know, reenact the Nether, or to recreate the Nether, which, by the way, is something that I despise so much, that what I do end up building in the Nether usually ends up being really nice kind of like sandstone things that are like encased in stone on the outside to make them, you know, gas proof. So I go to great lengths to try and make things look bright and cheery in the actual Nether itself, because I dislike it so much. So it's really kind of a challenge for me to work with these materials and get them to look good. So, but I look forward to it. I think we all need a challenge, and it's definitely kind of been fun here today. So we're definitely, I think, working close to the time I want to be at now. I will finish this up here, and we're gonna be brave and take out that cracked. Ooh. Yeah, this is just looking too official for me here, this strip. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this, like I said, up and around the corner slowly until we reach about the front of the hell vault. And I will see you guys in next episode. Hey guys, I just want to give one extra thank you to all of you for sticking with the episode this far. I really do appreciate it. Below, use the comments for what the comments are supposed to be for, and that is to comment on the video, tell me what you liked about it, tell me what you didn't like about it, so I get some feedback and I, you know what to improve upon for the next one that I make. And use the like button for what the like button's for. If you liked the video, you like it. If you didn't like the video, you know what? Don't press the button, because I don't press the like buttons on the videos on YouTube that I don't like. That's how us video makers know what we're doing, because we make more of what you guys like and we make less of what you guys don't like, and thus the world keeps going around and you guys get entertaining videos and we're here to entertain. So again, my name is Master Vinny. I appreciate you all for watching this far. I thank you very much. Please stay tuned for some more work on Wither Island.